So I just got the new BH Cosmetics Marble Collection eyeshadow palettes, and I really wanted to do like a first impression swatch video on them just because they're really new and I haven't seen a single swatch online. I bought them like hoping that they would be good without really knowing, so I figured that this would be a really good like first impression video since I legit have no idea what these shades are going to come out to be, or like when I ordered I didn't even know which ones were shimmery or mattes because the pictures online weren't even that great. But I don't know, the packaging and the shades just really pulled me in. So here's what they look like still in their packaging. The pink one is the Cool Collection or the Cool Stone, and then the gray one is the Warm Stone. So I feel like just knowing the makeup trends and just everything that's happening in the makeup world, I should talk about this one first because we all love some warm tones. So I love that this one that I got has like a ton of marbling. My pink one only has like one stripe of marble, but this one has a lot more. So packaging wise, these reminded me exactly of the Tarte palettes, which is what drew me to them mostly. So I grabbed one of my Tarte palettes just to show you guys. They are like the exact same size. I will say the top feels the exact same, but the bottom is different. The Tarte one is heavier. It does feel a little bit better quality, but they're actually pretty similar. So it looks like there are 6 mattes and 6 shimmers, even though they said online that 2 of the shimmers were duochrome. So we'll have to see which ones those are. But overall, looking at it, it does look really beautiful. So here's the first shade. Ooh, that swatched really nice. Oh, that's really pretty actually. It's a really pretty highlight shade. Kind of has a little bit of a golden undertone. Oh, yes. So this next shade is the Bright Orange. I think this one might be one of the duochromes because it kind of has like a pinky orange yellowy shift, but I'm not sure. It was really buttery and smooth, and it seems to have a good amount of pigmentation. Okay, so here's the first matte shade. I'm not kidding, when I put my finger in the pan, it felt so creamy, like almost like a cream eyeshadow. It's so creamy and soft, but it swatched pretty well. It looks a little lighter than it does in the pan, but overall it's a really pretty shade. So here is the last one on the first row. Again, it feels really creamy. It didn't swatch the best, but oh, there we go. It's a really pretty shade. So the second row is a little cooler, and it starts off with a kind of like light gray shade. So there that one is. I do think it's pigmented. I just think that it's hard to see on my skin tone. This next shade is a silver. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really nice. It's a little chunky, I will say that, but dang, that looks pretty. This next shade is kind of like a deep cool brown matte. A little bit of fallout, but like all the mattes feel extremely creamy. This last shade is kind of like a black, but it's more like borderline gray, like not a true black. Again, fallout, definitely a lot of fallout, but really pretty. And like I'm saying, like all these mattes feel so creamy. So the last row is all like pinky like shades, and the first one I think I have a feeling might be a duochrome. There it is. Okay, you guys can barely see it because of my skin tone, but it does, I believe it is. Yeah, it reminds me of maybe like a slightly more fluorescent Make It Peak I'm Peachless duochrome. Kind of reminds me of that one, but a little bit brighter. This next shade is like the prettiest matte brown. Oh, well, it comes off a little bit pinker actually when I swatched it, but still super beautiful, and I think it would look really pretty as a transition shade. This last shade is like a bronze pinky shade. Oh my goodness. Whew, look at that pigmentation. It reminds me of Rose Quartz out of the Lorac Makeup Pro 3. That is so pretty, you guys. This last shade is like a burgundy type of shimmer. Not as intense as the rosy one, but still really, really pretty. So overall, I'm really impressed because all the shades are really creamy. There was not one like dud. They're all super pigmented. And I feel like you could get really pretty eye looks out of this palette, and it was only $12. It feels really nice. So far, I'm saying like a definite like yes to this palette. Really good. I can't wait to play with it on my eyes, and it's very, very beautiful. Okay, so here is the cool one out of the packaging. Like you guys can see, it barely has any marble at all compared to this one. But this one obviously comes with the little plastic thing too. And here is what this one looks like. So there's what that one looks like up close. It's really, really beautiful. I'm not normally a huge fan of cool tones, but this is just so like fun, and there's like a little bit of warm in there and some pops of color. There are 6 mattes and 6 shimmers again, but one of the mattes kind of looks satin, and that's this first one that I'm about to swatch. So there's the very first shade. It looks lighter than I expected it to, like way lighter. You guys see that? It kind of has a sheen to it. It's kind of a unique shade. It's a little weird, a little different. So here's the next shade. A really pretty matte transition color. Looks really nice. Again, the mattes feel really creamy and soft. This next shade is like a fuchsia, shimmery, purpley, pinky. Ooh, I think that's the duochrome. Look at that, like the from pink to purple shift. Ooh, that looks so cool. And I don't have any duochromes in my collection that are this color, which I have a lot because I have all the Makeup Week ones. So that is really cool. Do you guys see the shift? I see it. This next matte is like a dark purpley browny color. I'm just gonna blend that in a little because it looked a little funny. It wasn't quite as creamy as some of the other ones, but it's still really pigmented, and I feel like it looks really nice. So there are 2 different like white shimmery highlights, so I'm really interested to see how different they're gonna be, or if they're gonna be like basically repeat shades. But here's the first one. It's really just like a very, very pale white highlight, which I love. This next shade is a shimmery shade, and it kind of looks, oh gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's like a lavender with like a blue, I don't know, maybe this is the duochrome also. A lavender with like a blue shift. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. This next shade is a dark purple matte. Lots of fallout, lots of kick up from the shadows, but still super pigmented, super creamy. I'm feeling good about these palettes, you guys. The last shade on that second row is that really pretty, oh goodness, sparkly gray shade. I don't know if it appears quite as sparkly when I swatch it, but it is very intense, very pigmented. It wasn't chunky, which is pretty surprising since it does kind of look chunky in the pan. Okay, this next shade is the other white, and it's definitely a duochrome. Let me just blend it in a little bit because it is kind of real powdery. Okay, so it's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but I can see it in person. It's just like a white with like the tiniest bit of like a purpley blue undertone. It's really pretty. So maybe this one isn't considered a duochrome, but and maybe it's these two. I don't know. I don't know, you guys, but they look really pretty. So that's all that matters. This next shade is a gray shimmer. Again, very, very pigmented, beautiful silver gray type of shade. This next shade is a like blue, ooh, sparkly purple, I mean not purple, sparkly like, I'm gonna go back over that with that shade, the stuff that's already there. I don't know, shimmery shade. It's really pretty though. Really pretty blue shade. So the last shade is a gray matte. So that one does not look as pigmented. I'm gonna do a second swipe. Yeah, there we go. It's a little better. It's not the most pigmented gray. I mean, you can obviously build it up like I just did, but it's still decent, and it was still really creamy. So there are all of the Cool collection, Cool Stone shades. All super, super nice. And overall, I just feel like this palette is like really fun and just bright, and it's decent quality, and again, only $12. So I'm gonna have to say that I'm really, really happy with these. Like I said, I bought them on a whim. They were just brand new. They looked pretty. I was like, they're $12, just go for it. And I'm really happy that I did because they're really nice. So I'm going to try and get this video up for you guys as soon as possible, hopefully within the next couple of hours. But I want to include a little survey question right here. And it's going to say, which palette would you rather see a tutorial with first? Because obviously I want to play with these on my eyes, and I have time to film tomorrow. So, oh shit, I almost dropped it. So go ahead and let me know which one you would like to see a tutorial with, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I just feel like there's so much negativity on YouTube, and just always like, I don't know, just so much negativity. So I just wanted to do something different and just empower these women who I really look up to and really enjoy and appreciate their channels. So I thought that I would kind of just do a video all about my favorite YouTubers and why I love them.